put together, former DCI Peter Kirkham. Good to see you, Peter, as always. Look, we've got a shortage of police officers.
We have.
We haven't got enough bobbies on the beat. We know this. We like to see bobbies on the beat. This getting people and good people in and in quickly. What's wrong with that?
I don't understand what the point of it is, to be frank. We've got a situation where there's a queue of people waiting to join the police, so there's no shortage of recruits. Yes, they're going out into universities to get what they have described as high-octane graduates, which raises its own issues of superiority and all the rest of it. Not a bad thing in itself if there are people there that hadn't thought of joining the police that then do think of joining the police. But that's great. But why do we then need this whole different training arrangement with this compressed 6-week course where there are serious questions being raised about whether that equips them for the full range of policing tasks? Why do they get special treatment and be put on a neighbourhood policing role for 2 years, whereas other officers are thrown into the melee of response policing? And why are we spending all this money on something where the anticipation is that the whole plan seems to be that these are people that won't have a career in policing, and they're saying, oh, well, you can just be a police officer for a couple of years. It's like an aggravated gap year. Be a police officer for a couple of years and then go and make loads of money in the city and then become a politician, and maybe in 30 years... The idea is maybe in 30 years' time you'll turn out to be the Home Secretary and then you'll be nice to the police because you had 2 years helping us out now.
But Lucy, who was the recruit at Seat we saw in Dan's report there, has every intention of staying. I mean, that looks like a real success.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'd separate... This is not a criticism of the individuals that come in on that scheme. They're fine.
She is a very good example of how it's working well.
Yeah, but she'd have been wonderful if she'd come in on the ordinary system. If the ordinary training is so bad...
Known about it.
No. I haven't got a problem with the recruitment thing, but they're spending millions. They have spent somewhere between £5 and £10 million on this scheme for a few hundred graduates. I've looked at their accounts. They spend, you know, over £1 million on staff costs in a year. So there's all this on-cost that's going there when we're desperate to spend money on actual operational policing.
But I suppose the argument would be that if you say you've got people queuing up to join in a regular sense, get those through the system, but you're getting and coming online whenever, whereas these are people you can get online very, very quickly. They have more confidence, perhaps, that these people, because of their education, are going to be able to do the job more quickly. In effect. I mean, that's what they're saying in terms of the graduate scheme.
Frankly, to say that somebody's just got a degree from a Russell Group, and 60% of these people are from, their recruits are from Russell Group universities, 10% are from Oxbridge.
Do you need a degree to be a police officer?
No. That's not reflecting the people we police. They go on and on about that in relation to ethnicity. And this is totally the opposite. To be honest, I look at this and I look at other initiatives that this government has done. Theresa May has never liked the police. And I think she thinks of them as chippy plebs that you know, don't know their place. And I view this...
We need to be careful not to put words in her mouth.
Indeed, but I view this, it's one of 3 initiatives, this direct entry and degree-only entry that's coming next year, that basically amount to the social cleansing of the police service. That's what it is.
So how would you think the money would be better spent elsewhere? How would you use that money, and how would you boost recruitment in the police force?
Don't give me between £5 and £10 million. Give me £1 million, and I'll go into the colleges and schools in London, and I will get you absolutely brilliant, excellent recruits. But by speaking to people that are going through those schools and colleges and opening their eyes to the opportunities of a police career at a time when everybody else is on, you know, 0 hours and you know, the gig economy jobs. It's a career.
But what's the timescale in getting those recruits ready and on the streets?
We could do it as quickly as this, because we're not... I mean, the problem with the degree entry is you've got the 3-year lead time. And they say, oh, well, we've got the apprenticeship. It's a degree-level apprenticeship, which is going to be beyond the expectations of some people who haven't, you know, been good at school and got qualifications at school. We need to get into those schools, especially if we want to improve the ethnicity mix. You know, we need to get into those inner-city areas.
And that's the key, isn't it? Increasing the diversity, so
Absolutely.
the police force represent the communities that they're
Very
supporting.
much so. And this is not that. They keep coming up with figures, oh, we're 44% black and minority ethnic and all the rest of it. But
what about the social media campaigns? You know, we saw that very glossy ad campaign.
That's where the money's gone. They are brilliant at glossy media campaigns.
But won't they help?
They are glossy
Won't they get
PR.
to the right people?
Yes, but at what cost? And is it worth the money? They spend fortunes on PR. They've won awards. The awards are not for anything to do with delivering operational policing. The awards are to do for marketing and business.
Peter, we must leave it there. Really appreciate your views, though. If you've got a thought, get in touch with us on Twitter about that.